powered by Riverside FM.
Welcome to another edition of Unconventional Playbook. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Help the station continue to grow. Sam Darnold is balling out right now. Sam Darnold showed me some toughness in yesterday's game. And let me be clear. Let me be 1,000% clear when I'm talking about Sam Darnold. There is no other bridge quarterback that I would want for the Minnesota Vikings than Sam Darnold. Look at the free agents that were out there at the time when the Minnesota Vikings made the move to go up and get Sam Darnold out of free agency. The name that I threw out there was Joe Flacco because of his season with the Cleveland Browns. But that would have been a wrong choice because the last time we saw Joe Flacco, he was looking pretty old. So I would have been wrong on that. If I look at his body of work with the Cleveland Browns, you can obviously see the reason why I would have wanted Joe Flacco, but it would have been the wrong decision because now I think Joe Flacco is starting to fall off a cliff, and he's since been replaced by Richardson after he replaced Richardson. So it would have been a wrong choice. I'm not afraid to admit that. This is Unconventional Playbook. All are welcome. Critics, people that are positive, people that just want to vent, you're welcome here. You won't be judged. And I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong. Sam Darnold has been a great get for the Minnesota Vikings and part of arguably one of the best free agent classes that any NFL team has ever brought in, that being the Minnesota Vikings. But just because, here's the thing, just because Sam Darnold is balling out, there's this narrative out there that you can't critique or pinpoint bad parts of his game, even when he has a game like yesterday. And he made some key throws yesterday. Let me be clear. Sam Darnold is one of the biggest reasons why the Minnesota Vikings are 9-2. Big reason why the Minnesota Vikings are 9-2. 116.1 quarterback rating yesterday. 107 quarterback rating last week against the Titans. The guy is balling out. His ankle got rolled up on, and he could have very easily have sat out the last half of that game. But you saw the toughness in Sam Darnold wanting to come in and perform, and he did that. See, this is Unconventional Playbook. And when I say all are welcome, like if you have critiques of Sam Darnold, I don't think your critiques are unfounded of Sam Darnold. See, what I'm trying to do is protect the layman. See, I'm a coach by trade. I love getting on Unconventional Playbook and conversating with the fans and the masses, but my 9-to-5 job is a coach, so I have an analytical mind that even if things are going well, I'm trying to figure out how to be better. See, there are levels in this. There are levels in no matter what sport you play, no matter what position you play, there are levels. There is always room to grow and get better. So when you have that coach's mind, and I'm sitting back and watching the Minnesota Vikings play, it may seem like I'm coming off a little bit negative even when the Vikings are winning football games, but I have that coach's mind. There's always that room to grow. So even if Sam Darnold plays a fantastic game, like he did at the end of yesterday's game, I want the brass ring. So I'm trying to figure out how can we improve in areas, not be blinded by stats, and how can we look at things analytically, improve on them so we don't get caught in the playoffs. And so I know there are times where it may seem like, hey, Lionel, man, you're coming off a little bit critical. How can you criticize Sam Darnold after yesterday's game? Not criticizing Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played an excellent game. I'm just telling you that there are things that if we don't get these things straightened out, will come back to bite us. And here's when you know that there is the reality out there that people are just trying to put blinders on just because we win football games. And I get it. But how many of you right now would sign Sam Darnold to a multi-year contract next year? Bring him back. If there's nothing to critique, bring him back. We can put JJ on the shelf for next year and bring in the quarterback that you saw in the fourth quarter yesterday, in overtime yesterday. And again, he played exceptionally well. He played exceptionally well last week. He's not turning the ball over. My question to you is, would you bring him back on a multi-year deal? Would you put J.J. McCarthy on the shelf for Sam as well as he's playing right now? Would you put J.J. McCarthy on the shelf and sign Sam Darnold to a multi-year deal for about 25 to 35 million next year? If you wouldn't, as well as he's playing, my question to you becomes, why not? Why not? Because it's those things that you see during certain moments of the game that bothers you, the football fan. And those are the things that we critique. If Sam Darnold was not the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings football team this year, I guarantee you that the Minnesota Vikings would not be 9-2. The guy keeps showing up in big moments. Remember his big moments against the Jets? He has been able to come back from interceptions and sacks and trials and tribulations during certain parts of the game and come back and make dagger throws and winning plays. Sam Darnold has a little bit of dog in it. Something that I didn't see in other places. He's got a little bit of dog in it. The fact that he came back on a bum ankle, when he came back into the game, he was still jumping up and down, trying to work the kinks out of that ankle. That shows a lot of heart. That shows a lot of dog. Doesn't mean that he was error-free yesterday. See, this is unconventional playbook, man. We look at it all. We don't put blinders on because of a quarterback rating. We don't put blinders on because he threw for 330. All that is good. But we're trying to get to the brass ring so we don't get caught in the playoffs. Because that has happened numerous times to this organization. We are putting ourselves in a position because of Sam Darnold. We are putting ourselves in a position where we have a chance to do the unthinkable, and that's make a run in the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. Man, all opinions are welcome here. You're not going to be judged. If you think Sam Darnold is that multi-year guy and the Minnesota Vikings should keep him, you're welcome here. Put it in the comments on why. And if you think Sam Darnold is not playing well and the Vikings should move on, put that in the comments. You're welcome here. This is Unconventional Playbook. Sam Darnold is doing some great things. I think he holds on to the ball a little bit long. I think that hurts some of the things that KOC wants done in terms of the offense that essentially keeps the offensive flow consistent. But overall, I think the young man is doing very well. Sam Darnold is a boss this year. Having the best, I don't even think it's close, having the best year of his career. And ultimately, regardless of whether it's with the Minnesota Vikings or somebody else, Sam Darnold is going to get paid. And a lot of it has to be credited to Sam Darnold and the work that he's put in, the confidence that he plays with when he's out there on the field, when things go bad, to be able to come back next play and make a play. And then KOC has done a fantastic job with Sam Darnold. But before the Sam Darnold apologists and others try to jump down people's throats that are critiquing Sam Darnold, even after a win, my question I'm going to hit you with is, do you sign him to a multi-year deal and bring him back if you feel like what you're seeing is uncritiquable? Because if you are not saying that you would sign him to a multi-year deal, that you have found your guy, there's a reason why you feel like we haven't necessarily found our guy and that he's a bridge. There's got to be some things and some critiques in your mind that are going unsaid where you feel like, I would rather move on to J.J. McCarthy next year. Because if you find your franchise guy, you find your franchise guy. I don't want to hear anything about, well, J.J.'s got the rookie contract. If Sam Darnold is your guy, rookie contract be damned. You're signing him to that $30 million contract for 3 years if you feel like he's the guy that can lead you to the promised land. So when you have people out there critiquing what a coach's eye and an analytical eye, listen, man, don't be offended by it. Nobody's hating on the Vikings and nobody's hating on Sam Darnold. There are just some people out there that point out what they see. There's always going to be, those that are super positive that put blinders on. There's also going to be those that are super negative that no matter what the Vikings do and no matter what Sam Darnold does, Sam Darnold can throw for over 400 yards, be 31 of 32 passing with 4 TDs, and somebody would find something negative to say about Sam Darnold, about how garbage he is, because they can't get the Jets and the Carolina Panthers out of their mind. So they're always going to come with negative takes. But there are those populace of people that are Minnesota Viking fans, Sam Darnold fans, that look at things with critical eyes. And that's what we do here on Unconventional Playbook. Sam Darnold is balling out. Last 2 games have been really, really exceptional for Sam Darnold. You could argue this game was probably one of the best games of his career in terms of being a Minnesota Viking. I'm rolling with Sam Darnold. Doesn't mean I can't point out and critique him a little bit. This has been Unconventional Playbook. What are your thoughts about Sam Darnold? Are people being too harsh about Sam Darnold? What am I missing about Sam Darnold? Should he be critiqued? Should we keep him next year? Should we move on to JJ? Should we put JJ on the shelf and go with Sam Darnold? This has kind of been the narrative all year. What do you do with Sam? If you got ideas of what to do with Sam, put them in the comments, man. I will answer them. I will listen to all critiques. You guys know that when you put stuff in the comments, I'm always returning your comments. I'm always responding. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I like talking to you. What do you think about Sam Darnold's play thus far? Obviously, last 2 games, he's balling out. Is it bad to critique him even when he's balling out? Let me know your thoughts. This has been Unconventional Playbook. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We will make sure to see you when we see you.
I don't know who I am. Can I say I'm a man? Am I losing my mind? Am I wasting my time? Do I know who I am? I don't know